All right, so it's been 3 years since I've got the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco, and in this video, we're gonna talk about what those 3 years has been like. All right, so I'm headed to Champion's Barbecue Supply, and I'm gonna get a seasoning for Valentine's Day steaks for my wife. She wanted to do some tomahawks for Valentine's, which is kind of exciting. If you want to see that cook, be looking for that on the channel. Hit the bell if you haven't hit that before on the channel. That way you don't miss that. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out, helps me continue to make content on this channel. But I'm going to be cooking that on a new smoker, brand new smoker. Pretty excited about it. Look for that video. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about a few things on the Bronco that I have noticed over the past 3 years. All right, so one of the first questions that you're probably going to have is, how is it holding up over the 3 years? It has held up very, very well. The Bronco has no rust. I've had no rust issues. I've had no paint peeling issues. Now, of course, the paint is faded because it's set out in the sun for, many, many hours smoking meat and stuff. Now it's currently in the smoke shed and it's no longer directly in the sunlight, but faded paint, I can live with that. So the Oklahoma Joe Bronco has held up very nice over the 3 years. No peeling, no rust, faded paint. That's not a big deal. And the reason that is so important is because I bought this smoker with the intent of having a smoker that is going to hold up and be able to perform every time that I need it to. And it has. It's proven over and over again. It's rock solid and steady. And that is awesome because I came from a pellet smoker from a different brand that it was my first smoker, that the pellets kept burning up the auger and then into the hopper, and then the hopper would be on fire. It just wasn't, I had to start scooping out pellets, and it was just a bad thing. I'm not going to name the brand because they've made massive improvements since then, and I don't think they're having those issues anymore. But that was a thing, and so then I went ahead and I got the first generation of Oklahoma Joe's Rider, the 1200, and it was awesome as far as making awesome barbecue. The smoke flavor was great, especially for a pellet smoker. Smoke flavor was great. The experience was awesome, other than the igniter rods kept not working, and that was a problem because I wanted the thing to fire up. And then when I'd go get into try to replace it, the screws to the little fire pot were, that fire pot gets crazy hot. There was no loosening those screws, getting them out. It was a pain every time you had to change that thing out. And so I finally decided not going to do that anymore. I had a big cook that I was doing for family, and the igniter wouldn't light up. And so I said, okay, next smoker, no electronics. It's going to be rock solid. So I chose the Bronco. So it holding up over time and proving itself over and over again has been awesome. All right, before we get into the next point on this 3-year review, I wanted to tell you about an upcoming video. I am finally getting around to using the Inkbird fan on the Bronco, which is basically like a temperature controller. Do you need it on the Bronco? No, you do not. Is it going to make life easier on the Bronco? I'm really not sure. The reason why it's taken me so long to make this video about the fan is the Bronco just really doesn't need it, I don't think. It runs perfectly fine. Now the fan is going to open up some options and allow for some different things, like when I'm at work and I feel like I need to boost the temp up so that it can get to the next level of where I want it to be. It allows me to not have to be there. So there's some very big advantages to having the fan, but you don't need it. And so that video is coming this Saturday, so So be looking for that video, and let's go ahead and get back into this next point. All right, so over the past 3 years, I've had lots of cooks on this smoker. In fact, it's probably my most used smoker. Even though I don't cook on it as much anymore, I've still probably cooked the most on this smoker. And the cooking experience, by far, this smoker is the easiest smoker. It is the easiest to keep temps steady. Like, you fire the thing up, you throw the tumbleweed in it, you fire it up, get it going. Charcoal burns left to right or right to left, however you want to set yours up. But it burns super well, super consistent. I'm talking more consistent than any pellet smoker is going to burn. Definitely more consistent than like a small backyard offset's going to burn. Now that I've had the Marshall, the Marshall may get there. I haven't fully dialed it in yet. And so it may get there to where those temps are rock solid, and getting the temp where I want it to be is going to be easier. However, the Bronco, I got it up to temp where I wanted it on the first cook. Super simple. Like, super simple. That in itself is amazing. So that is a huge plus in the ease of cooking on this pit. All right, let's talk burn times. Burn times with Jealous Devil, I've consistently got around 17 hours of smoking time, and that's not including fire up time. That's just smoking time. And so 17 hours on that consistently, so that is huge. With other brands, 13 to 14 hours, and with really cheap brand, which I don't suggest ever smoking with a super cheap brand of charcoal. It's not worth it. It does affect the taste of your food, so get a good charcoal like a B&B or Jealous Devil. Those are my two go-tos. So so go ahead and get those. That's super important when cooking. But the burn time, long. It lasts a super duper long time. So that's not a big issue there. All right, so last question that I'm going to answer is, would I buy this smoker again? And that is a definite yes. The only difference I would do is I would have the Bronco Pro. Now that I know that I love the drum smoker so much, this smoker has put off, next to offset smoker, the best barbecue that I've had. The Bronco is a rib machine, and so the quality of food is amazing. The cooking experience is amazing. It's rock solid. It always works. I never have any issues. High winds, low winds, it doesn't matter. This smoker is easy to dial the temperatures in. And so, yes, I would definitely buy this smoker again. Now, I've got to go in here and get some seasoning. If you want to see what seasoning I pick out for these steaks, go ahead and look for that video on Thursday. I will see you over there. Hit the like if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And get outside and make some crazy good barbecue.